So Thursday 30th of June afternoon, just had my lunch and I thought I'd come down to the allotment, show you what has been happening. Managed to get a beautiful load of well rotted horse manure, which I've put about 5 inches on this bed here, and I've dressed the end of that bed because the compost was old spent compost that was lying around the sides. Dressed the centre of that bed and I've put a 5-inch layer on this end which needed some compost on, that just had soil on. It was a good trailer load. We went and got it yesterday, me and Mel. Got absolutely soaked because it poured down whilst we were getting it, but this is what's left. And I think there should be enough here for at least 3 of the beds. So there's enough compost there to make 3 beds here. 1, 2, 3. So that should take us round about roughly up to that red tub with the compost I've got. We've still got the cow manure here, which is too ripe really. It still wants further rotting down. What I'm going to do this week is make some more compost bins like this, and the cow manure is going in along with the grass, which I've put into these, which was lying here on the floor. All the strim grass and weeds are in these 3 tubs now. That's starting to rot down. I've been watering that just to start the composting process. That will be mixed with the cow manure. So today's mission really is to just uncover another bed here. So that'll be a 4 foot and a 2 foot. So I'm going to uncover another 6 foot of this sheeting, give it a quick strim, rake it off, put the cardboard down, and then load the compost up on top. As I say, about 5 inches of compost. I'm just preparing to make the next 2 beds. I've marked out my 4 foot and my 2 foot for the path, and I've put the weed control matting down under the path. I'm also putting cardboard on top of the paths. So although the weed control matting stuff is really good, it's this that there is a daylight comes through it. It's not the black sort. I don't know what this is for. This was given to us. It was found left over on a job. You can see you can see daylight through it. It will effectively stop the weed because it's the same as the black stuff, but just to stop it, to prevent any weed hitting it underneath, I'm putting cardboard over as well. It also means that the cardboard's well overlapped between that and the bed, so that if any weed does come up on the edges underneath that weed control stuff, it can't kind of creep round and start growing into the bed. Well, that's my hope anyway. It's really dry again, it's hot, so I've had the watering can out. I'm just going to go over it again with the watering can, just soak this cardboard down so it's not flying up when I'm tipping all the stuff on it. And I have got a couple of barrows full of this reclaimed soil that we've dragged from all over the plot, so I'm just going to put a thin layer of this down first. And on with the compost. figure maybe 5 or 6 barrows to do it. Yeah, 5 piles. Let's get that raked out, see how it looks. I think half a wheelbarrow, that'll finish it. Bed 4 ready for levelling. Then I'm going to cover these 2 over with the weed control sheet and call it a day. Number 4 done. Just got a sheet over before I go. I haven't got enough to do 1 more bed, but I knew I'd have enough to do 2 beds, probably what, 2, maybe possibly 3 barrowful there, so I'm 3 barrows short. We'll have to get more. Right, have a tidy up, cut up some of the weed guard stuff, brick it down like this one, and we're good to go. I'm closing this up now until next year, because over the summer and the winter this stuff will rot down. It'll actually just disappear, this, into the ground, and the sheeting will stop weeds blowing around now, settling on this soil and start to germinate next spring, or the rest of this year actually. And yeah, it'll stop all that weed seed germination, and we can have nice clean beds maybe by the back end of the year and into the spring next year. I'll bring you back when there's any new alerts. But I would think the next job is just get some more of that well composted manure if I can, and just carry on putting these beds in. I can only kind of go to the end there at the moment, because there's a bee's nest in the ground there, wild bees, little hole that they're coming in and out of, so I don't want to really disturb them. I think there's enough ground to get 3 more beds in anyway. But yeah, see how it goes. So I've just made another hot bin. So on our second hot bin I've put the pallets the other way down now, so it's a bit lower, because I'm going to shovel all the cow muck into the hot bin, just clear it out the way, and it'll probably rot down faster in there now as I move it and introduce more air into it. So it's just a simple build really. This differs in so much that I haven't put an insulated base on this. I'm just going to put it straight onto this weed matting, and I've just used again little bits of insulation that I had kicking around. The guy next door gave me a couple of pieces, which was just enough to do it. Now I've got some polystyrene sheets over there, so when this is filled I'm just going to cut the polystyrene and put it on the top. When I get a couple more, another pallet, I'll make a lid for this, keep the polystyrene down. So I'm going to fill it with muck now. Well, the muck pile is down to there, probably a good half of it gone into that compost bin. So I filled it up to the top, and I've been putting about 6 inches of muck in, a sprinkling of wood chip and a sprinkling of grass out of them boxes, and then another layer of cow muck. So I've built it up like that. It'd be interesting to see how that goes now over the next few days. That's all I'm doing today. Tomorrow I'm going to come, and the remaining muck over there, I'm just going to start another bed. So I'll put it 5 inches deep and just work back as far as I can, and then when I've run out of muck I will stop, because we're going, me and Mel are going next week, Monday or Tuesday, to get another load of that, another trailer full. So there'll be enough, there's enough in the trailer to do 2.5 beds, which will get us to the end of that black sheet by the end of next week, hopefully. And that is a view of where I am now. 4 beds completed and sheeted up, ready for growing. I'll come back when I've done some more beds or get all those beds finished on that side. I think the next video I'll put up is just fixing the gear head on that little FS200 still strimmer. Alright guys, thanks to my patrons. See you all quite soon. Bye for now.